Hello everyone, and welcome to my first Phasmophobia tutorial. On this one, I will try to teach you how to get every Phasmophobia evidence. So this is mostly for new players. If you are if you are struggling getting the evidence, or you just don't know how some evidence work, this video is for you. So I really hope this will help you out. One short thing before starting, obviously I cannot get all the 7 different evidence in the same contract. That's why I played different contracts to show you how to get every kind of evidence. They were all in the same house, that was Edgefield. But of course not always the ghost was in the same room. That's why if you see that I'm getting one evidence in one room and the other evidence I'm getting in the other room, and you're like, why is he getting one evidence in one room and the other evidence in the other room? They are all the ghost room, they are just different missions, okay? Alright, let's start. So the first thing to do, of course, if you are playing like a higher difficulty than amateur, look for the power and turn it on. Look for the breaker and turn on the power. There you go. This will help you to keep your sanity high, so you don't get an unexpected hunt while you are looking for evidence. Also try to stay on the light, on lighting areas as much as possible. Alright, once the power is on and you have waited enough for the house to be warmer, your next step should be looking for the ghost room. The easiest way to do it is, in small houses at least, small or medium, is checking the temperature on each room and look for a room with a temperature below 5 degrees. Remember to turn on the lights when entering the room so you don't drop sanity while you're inside, and turn it off once you leave. That way the breaker won't go off if you turn too many lights. Also, be aware of any throws, any door opening, any sound you can hear. Also, remember, if you have an interaction inside a room, it might mean that the ghost is in this room or in a neighbor room. Alright, we have found the room. So, any room below 5 degrees, it's most likely to be the room, and you find one with negative temperatures, it means that that's of course the ghost room. So, our first evidence, our first help, will be how you get freezing temperatures. This one is the easiest one. And if you go to the ghost room, if you are sure that it's the ghost room, the temperature using the thermometer, you should get negative temperatures. Another way to check if you see your cold breath like that, I don't know if you saw it. If you're in an area with freezing temperatures, you should be able to see it every now and then. Another thing, if you have found the ghost room already and you have been there, let's say for at least 3 minutes, and you still don't get any freezing temperatures, that means that you can rule out freezing temperatures easily. That's why that's the easiest evidence, because you can check it out quickly and you can rule it out also quickly. Alright, so here it goes, another example. I found the room like long time ago. No, not long time ago, let's say 2 minutes ago. And I have been here, and after 2 minutes the temperature keeps being between 6 degrees and 0 degrees. If it doesn't go below 0 degrees, even if it reaches like the 0.1, you can instantly rule out freezing. Alright, our next evidence will be the EMF 5 evidence. For this, you will need this EMF reader, this cute little thing here. And how does it work? Every time the ghost throws something, like the shoe here, moves a door, knocks on a window, it will trigger a reaction here. If it gives you EMF 5, if it lights all the 5 lights on the EMF reader, it means that the evidence is in EMF 5. Notice that a ghost that gives you, that's supposed to give you an EMF 5 evidence, not necessarily will do it with every interaction possible. It has a possibility around 25% to give you one, so if you check one door or a throw and it's giving you 2, 3 or whatever, that is not 5, don't be so sure that it's not EMF 5. You have to keep checking. I think this is one of the hardest to rule out. You have to be checking for it most of the time. Also, remember, when you have an event, it will give you EMF 4 with every event. So don't think that if it's EMF 4, it will be EMF 5 at some point. That doesn't mean anything. Same with hands. With hands, the EMF reader will go crazy. So also doesn't mean anything. So what you are looking for here are throws or moving doors or switching lights also. If the ghost switch a light, move a door. There we go. So this is a EMF 5 ghost. And again, this is why you have to check for EMF. Even when you don't get it the first time, you have to check again for EMF. Because not every interaction will give you the EMF 5. Another one. And there you go. And a new one. And that gave us the EMF 5. Our next evidence to check is fingerprints. The fingerprints. How can you see fingerprints? After you know that a ghost has interacted with a door, or has knocked on a window, or has turned on or turned off a light, use your UV lights or your glow stick and look for fingerprints. So if it touches a door, you have to, and the evidence is fingerprints, you have to find them. Unless the ghost is an obake. So for obake, you will need EMF 5, fingerprints and ghost orb. So if you have, for example, if you have one evidence that is none of this, and of course it's not nightmare what you're playing, so then that means that the ghost will not be an obake. So if it touches a door and there is no fingerprints, you can immediately rule out fingerprints. This is what I was telling you before. You see, you got an event, you get the EMF 4 every time for every event. Another thing to notice, a ghost could immediately close a door or turn off the light during an event. If it does it during an event, which means an EMF 4 interaction, it won't leave fingerprints, even if the evidence is fingerprints. So you are looking for interactions, not for events. That means EMF 2 or EMF 2 readings. So every time you hear like a door opening, immediately you have to check for EMF, if you haven't checked that out already, and fingerprints. And there you go. You get that. Even when we checked before, there was no fingerprints. Also, this was an obake. We got fingerprints. Our next evidence, and I think this one should be maybe the first one for you, is the ghostwriting. This one works pretty simply. You just place the book inside the room and you wait. I recommend you to be, this one has to be one of the first things you have to do, because this one could take forever. I think this is the hardest one to get sometimes. So that's one that you should never rule out. You just leave if you're sure that's a ghost room, You just leave you just place the book there and you wait while you keep checking other stuff. There you go. There you go. It wrote on the book. It wrote on the book. That's some really cute drawing. So we were lucky this time. We got ghostwriting. So one extra little tip. Try to place the book in a location where you will learn, like with your memorize. Usually I recommend you to place it like really close to the D.O.T.S projector or really close to a furniture that you will never forget. And also, oh wait, why is that? Why is that? Why is that? It might happen that the ghost will kick the book. Alright? So if it does kick the book and it hasn't written on it, it means that the evidence will not be ghostwriting. That's why I recommend you to place the book in a near something that you will remember, so you notice when it has been kicked. So when it does it, you have to check again the book to be sure that it hasn't written on it. So if it has, I say kick, but it's like throw it. If it threw the book and it hasn't written on it, you can rule out ghostwriting. So here we have it kicked the book. Do you see it? So it will not always close when it throws it. So once that it throws, pick it up, double check and see it hasn't written on it. So you can rule out ghostwriting. And there you go. It kicked our precious book once more. Pick it up, place it, no writing. I mean, we already knew, but just to show it to you again. Our next evidence is the D.O.T.S projector. How does this work? For some reason, the D.O.T.S projector is being glitching sometimes recently. As you can see, it's not showing its lights correctly, which has been annoying me a lot. It's like it's colliding with stuff. Anyways, okay. How does the D.O.T.S projector works? Oh, there, it collides with another light. Okay. You just place it in the room. The bigger the room, I mean, it's usually recommended to have two anyways. But if the room is big, try to separate one of the other so you can cover as much as possible. And you should see a silhouette moving if D.O.T.S projector, if D.O.T.S is the evidence. There. You can see the D.O.T.S projection with the lights on, with the lights off, or you can see it with your naked eye or on the video camera. So I will show you both. For new players, for players that are not used to see this, it's strongly recommended to see them on from the cameras and with the lights off. I mean, you can still see them. They are still visible with the lights on, but it's better with the lights off. Alright. No, that's a bad camera. There, you saw it right on the left. So the ghost could be walking, crawling, whatever. If you see that silhouette moving through the D.O.T.S projector, then D.O.T.S projection is your evidence. One more thing. It might be that your ghost is a Goryeo. That means that you can only see it through the video camera and you will never see it with your naked eye only. So for that situation only, even if you don't see any dots with the naked eye, try to look at the camera with the dots there before rolling out dots. And again, double check if the ghost is still there. Double check. This is another evidence that I wouldn't recommend you to rule out that easily. You just keep looking at it, wait, double check that the ghost is there, go back to the camera and keep checking. Okay, now let's see the dots with the naked eye. I will try to repeat it, like slowing down in case you can see it. There you go. You saw it on the left. It wasn't that clear though. That was a bit sad. But you could see it again. Slow-mo replay. If you're already used to see dots, I recommend you to do it with the lights on. That way you won't be losing sanity. Okay, it was there again. You won't be losing sanity on the lights off. And still, it's easier with the video camera. So if you are playing with a friend, one can be looking at the video camera for the dots, and the other one can be outside the room. If you are used to look at it with your naked eye, there again. So, two things. First, if you can see it with your naked eye, it means it's not a Goryo, just a negative. And secondly, the Goryo should not show dots if there is someone else in the same room. So even if someone is looking at the camera, it shouldn't show up if there is someone else in the room. And also, recently the dots has been glitching and it's hiding the fingerprints. So for example, let me place this here. You just saw that fingerprint there. It's gone. Aha, but it's not gone. Now it's gone. For some reason the dots have been covering the fingerprints recently. There you go. Our next evidence is the spirit box. The famous "where are you, how old are you" box. So how does this work? You turn this on. You have to use in-game voice chat with this, and you have to go to the ghost room with the lights off, preferably alone. There are ghosts that will answer to you even if you are with other players in the room, but I recommend you to just try it alone so you get used to it. And you start asking questions like, how old are you? If you get an X mark like the one you saw before, it means that the game recognized your question and you just didn't get an answer. Why didn't you get an answer? There are many possibilities. It could be because the ghost wasn't close to you. Even if that was the ghost room, it could mean that the ghost wasn't close to you. It could mean that the lights were on. Or it could mean that there was another player in the room. It wasn't going to answer with more people. So one recommendation that I have, try to use the spirit box near an interaction, a throw like a moving door, or place some motion sensor in the room. Once it activated, use it, because it will mean that the ghost is close to you. Like that. Are you here? That's how it works. So you have to wait for the motion sensor to activate or wait for an interaction. Oh, the motherfucker went to the other room. Are you here? There you go. So that will be with the spirit box. Again, this is an evidence that should not rule out that easily. But I truly recommend you wait for an interaction, for a door, go close to it and ask, are you here? Are you here? There you go. So it might not work with 100% chance, but it most likely work. So the ghost orb. The ghost orb is pretty straightforward. Once you have checked the ghost room, just pick up a video camera, turn off the light, activate the night vision, look for a ghost orb. It will be like a flying, shiny little dot. Try to turn this light off also. Be sure that this is the ghost room before checking for ghost orb. So I strongly recommend you to use tripods, or if you don't have a tripod, just look for any furniture where you can place the cameras on. Try to place more than one so you can cover most of the room. Why is that? Because, for example, this video camera is pointing there, but it might be missing that corner, for example, or even the ghost orb could be like on top of this, on top of that camera, and it could be missing it. Try to place more than one camera. Turn off the light. In this case, I could say that there is no ghost orb because I just checked, and the ghost was there. How to be sure that that's the ghost room besides the temperature? Because sometimes it could move to another room. You have the DOTS projector here, and you see the DOTS projection in this room, then that means that the ghost is in this room. Or you see that the motion sensors are activated over and over. That means that the ghost is there. So now we check the cameras. I don't see there. There is the ghost orb. You see? It can be hiding it. Can be hiding the orb in a really uncomfortable location. That's why it might be sometimes, if you are used to it, it might be easier once you have found a room to just go inside and you move the camera, so you try to check every angle possible. There. Notice, by the way, this is an extra. Right now, there are some rooms, for example this one, that has a bathroom on it. There are some, also some rooms with a closet. For example this one. There are many rooms that are more than one room at the same time. So they can be hiding the ghost orb like in the main area with the bed is, or it might be on the other one. I mean in the little toilet at the side. So try to check for both or place cameras in both. It's the same with some basements. They are huge or they are double. So you have to check meticulously for the ghost orb. So are you struggling at getting the last evidence and you still think that ghost writing or DOTS or EMF 5 might be one of those evidence? You want to play risky? What is the risk with this cutie? This is the Voodoo Doll. It has different spins or needles on it. So whenever you interact with it, one of the needles will be pushed into the doll. Alright? That might, if it's the hard one, it might trigger a hand. If it's one of the others, it might cause an interaction. And if one of the evidence is DOTS or ghostwriting, there is a high chance that it will cause it. So if you feel brave enough and you are desperate for the last evidence and you still think it might be DOTS, ghostwriting or EMF 5, you can go for it. One more thing, if your sanity is 0 at the moment you try to push one of the needles, you will get hunted instantly. And like it's a cursed hunt, you will most likely die instantly. So 2 recommendations. One, while you do it, hide and have one of your teammates check the video camera in the room to check for dots or ghostwriting. Or the other, more risky, try to do it while you can see the dots. And while you're in a place where you're temporarily safe from the hunt, so you are a bit far from the ghost room, okay? So we check the ghost still here. Still here. Place the book. Stop doing that, please. And go for it. Oh wait, I want my lights on. I don't want my sanity to keep dropping. Once more. Hunt. That was unlucky, I gotta tell you. But there is also a risk. That will always be a risk. That's why you have to try to be away from the ghost room while you do the Voodoo Doll, while you use it. And that's why I just recommend you to do this if you're desperate, like if you're not getting another evidence. You're missing 1 or 2 evidences and you are not getting anything at all. So a really good thing about it, it's even if you get the hard needle being pushed, you still have the others available. So you can still use it, the Voodoo Doll, and it won't trigger a hunt unless all the needles get pushing. When will all the needles get pushed inside the Voodoo Doll is only if your sanity is 0, or if you're pulled all the other 9 needles, then the last one. Alright, let's keep doing this. There you go. Oof. Ghostwriting, alright. That's another way to get ghostwriting. And remember, each time you use the Voodoo Doll, you will lose some sanity. So that was it for this tutorial. I really hope it was helpful to you. And let me know in the comments if you have anything, any question, or you think I'm wrong about something and we can talk about it, or if you think I am missing something here. Let me know about anything, any thoughts you have about this tutorial, and I will come back maybe with another tutorial in the future, a more complex one. Thank you for watching, see ya!